Incredible story there with her mom and her baby. A bill introduced in the California State Senate today would require a list of ingredients on most cleaning products sold in the state. It comes as there's been an increase in chemical burns from laundry detergent pods, and they've jumped 30 times among young kids over the last couple of years. So joining us to talk about some of those chemicals used in our cleaning supplies is Dr. Sabrina Fauci. Dr. Fabi, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Jen.
Okay, so last week this report came out, as I just mentioned, that these kids are getting, not only they're ingesting them and getting sick with these pods, but they're getting them on their hands and then they're rubbing them in their eyes. What is it in these detergent pods?
So they're surfactants. They're what's responsible for cleaning those stains and removing them off our clothing. The thing is that in the pods, they're at much higher concentrations than what you find in the liquids or in the powder forms of laundry detergent, so that they're more effective in such a small little concentration. And so because of that, a very little bit can cause severe injury if it gets into the eye, which can cause even scarring and long-term visual impairment, as well as if it gets on the skin and then the little ones end up rubbing in their eyes.
Oh my gosh, well, someone with a toddler, this is very scary. I always make sure those, I don't even have them in my house, but if they are, like, keep them locked up. What do you do then if your kid, you know, does have one of these chemical burns?
Well, you should immediately have the eye washed with water. That's the first thing you should do, and you should have them be washing for about 20 minutes before you take them to the emergency room. Now, if for some reason they've actually ingested it or swallowed it, again, drink a lot of water or even milk, and then call the Poison Control Center and immediately take them again to the ER. Do not have them vomit, because that detergent can actually erode and inflame the esophagus and cause seizures, comas, and gagging, where the baby can end up actually gagging and getting suffocated.
Wow, that's interesting to not have them throw up, because you would think that that would be the common thing to try to get it out of their system. It's besides these laundry products, interesting that there's this bill now in the California Senate to let consumers know what is actually in some of their cleaning products. Ideas on what we should be looking for to keep our families safer?
Right, and so you should be looking for things that say caustic or corrosive or warning, flammable. These are some of the things that would make you know that perhaps there's something in there that can be harmful to your toddler. But some of these labels don't include anything. Some of these agents don't have any labels, and so that might make you steer away from them and not perhaps pick them up. But ammonium, antibacterials, and disinfectants, they actually believe that this might be the cause of why we're seeing so much resistance against bacteria. Chlorine bleach is actually the #1 reason for poison from any of the household detergents that we have in our homes. And then anything that says petroleum or phosphates, of course.
Okay, lastly, really quickly, there's a lot of companies that, especially when it comes to detergent, tout, you know, that they don't have these things. Is that a kind of a better option for us to go to?
Yeah, so there's actually now many websites that even tell you how to make things at home, but perhaps using a little baking soda with some detergent can allow you to have a really good, safe dishwashing solution, or using a little bit of vinegar with water can be a great window washer. But yes, you have to be careful. There are things now that say non-toxic or organic or natural, but still, until the FDA truly regulates these products, we have to be safe and kind of do our best to prevent our toddlers from getting their hands on them.
Yeah, and if you have a little essential oil like lavender, you can put that in there to mask the vinegar smell. I know I do that at home. Dr. Fabi, thanks so much for your insight. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Jen.